the village board meeting to order at, I believe, okay with 6:30. That's a good thing, good start. If you all would please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I don't believe there's anyone here for an invocation. I did not invite anyone, but this will continue in the future. Okay? I told other people I've been known for the last couple of weeks to have my house phone in one ear and my cell phone in the other, so I've just been a little busy, nothing I didn't expect. But the invocation, of course, dog. Okay, I forgot. Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Blue?
Yeah.
Trustee Gray?
Here.
Trustee Holston?
Present.
Trustee Horn? Trustee Racick?
Present.
And Trustee Vincent?
Okay, we'll open to the public. Agenda items only. Anybody have anything they'd like to say, please step forward. Okay, we are now on the consent agenda. I'd like to have a motion to approve the consent agenda. One second.
Second.
Discussion.
Mr. Mayor, I have asked for the bills to be pulled from that at this time.
Very good. Trustee Holston would like to pull the bills. I would think
That would be item F5.
We hope to pass them after executive session.
Correct. I'd like to have executive session, sir.
Yes. Any discussion on that? All those in favor? I'm sorry. Can you pull the board, please?
Yes.
In favor.
Trustee Gray?
Yes.
Trustee Holston?
Yes.
Trustee Horn? Trustee Racick?
Yes.
Trustee Vincent? And Trustee Blue?
Yes.
Clerk's report. Anything, Alicia?
Just wanted to do a reminder that the village stickers and dog registration tags go on sale June 1st in the report.
Very good. Is the gentleman from Skyline Memorial here? Oh, very good. I'm sorry, I didn't recognize you over there. We've invited Skyline to come today to talk about their new addition on their facility. So if you'd like to come forward. And I'm sorry, I know it's twin brothers, and who do we have here tonight?
Well, it's not twins,
Well, you're close to
Mr.
it.
Mayor. My name is Paul Kint. I'm the older brother of the two that we do on Skyline Memorial Park. I appreciate the opportunity to talk with you all today. If you drive north from here, I'm sure we've been there for 63 years. You've seen us. We put a new building up here in the last year or so, and actually the county came out today and just gave us our final sticker. We thought it was taken care of 3 months ago, but not that I want to get on the county thing, but
No,
yeah,
tell me, I just say codes and requirements are,
oh yes,
I'll use the word awful.
Yeah, and no, we have a facility. I mean, I know it's listed in the agenda here as a funeral home. We are not a funeral home. We don't have a prep room. We can't hire a funeral director, but well, we've been there as long as we have. We do have a cremation facility there, and we're local. We grew up here. We're part of the community. And please, if you have any questions, anything in the death care industry, by all means, we will tell you straight up what it's like, what there is out there, whether you use our facility or not. We'd be more than happy to answer any questions that anybody has. We're right down the road. We'll be there Memorial Day. You know, Mother's Day and Memorial Day are basically our biggest days of the year. And we are in the office all weekend, this weekend, and by all means, if there's any questions you have concerning our industry, stop in, and we will be glad to answer any questions you have.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate you coming, and this is actually the forte of this board. When I say this board, I mean the trustees. We're here for the businesses and the people,
Yeah.
and we applaud you for your addition. I'll tell you.
No, this is my
Beautiful.
first encounter with a board meeting. No, and it's very interesting. I appreciate.
Well, it's my
We all talk
my
to you
first
about
one.
Well, yeah, no, I understand.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda I have on the schedule is supervisory appointments, but we're going to hold off on that because that'll be done in executive session because we're dealing with personnel and things like that. So, Ruben, do we have any kind of administrator's report?
No report, Mayor.
Very good. Officials report, Public Works.
Just a couple things tonight. Obviously, everybody knows who drives past the Egyptian Trail. That is starting to go full swing. Back by 7-Eleven, over by Derby Meadows here, that is all torn up. You can still get into 7-Eleven, but please just don't use that as an access coming off of 50 to get onto Egyptian Trail. Just be courteous of what's going on over there, be patient. It will be working. Also, too, just talking with our superintendent here, our new sidewalks that we put in, they have been seeing some cracks in the sidewalks and the curbs. They will be working on those. Those are the new sidewalks and new curbs that are over there in the islands. Again, it's due diligence, just be patient. They are working on them. And for the folks that do live in the Highlands, the grass on the easement, it's starting to grow. They ask that you guys do cut them because that's not the village's responsibility. Just make it look nice, the streets are wider, the drainage is all going nicely, especially people on Wilson. Again, a lot of work is going into this. We just want to improve what's going on in the village here. But as far as the Egyptian Trail goes, just please be patient. It's all starting to come around now, so end of report.
Thank you, Bill. Parks and Recs, gee, I wonder who that is.
We'll have our first summer concert. Will be on Sunday, June 11th from 3 to 4:30. The entertainment will be the Frank Rossi Trio. It's under the pavilion at Fireman Park. And then on Friday, June 16th, you can join us for our first movie in the park, and it'll feature Rogue One, and that starts at dusk, and both events are free.
Thank you, Mary Jo. Finance, Doug's not here today. Anything to say? We're broke, huh? Just kidding, just kidding. I'm sorry, I shouldn't do that at the meetings. Business development, David Wilson.
Yes, sir. Local job opportunities, newly added to the village website is a feature called Work in Monee. On the top bar, go to Business and Industry and look at the right, and you'll see Work in Monee under Employment Opportunities. Rather than reinventing the wheel, we simply provide links to industry-leading job posting sites. If you follow the links, you'll find that the search results are already filtered down to show only Monee listings or those within 5 miles of zip code 60449. A brief review of the Indeed.com link today shows opportunities at Whiting Corporation, DIY Group, Clean Harbors, and many more. Even a few management positions at Amazon are listed. The editorial note in here was polish your resume, strike while the iron is hot, and take a chance. Amazon update, they're commencing their large-scale hire initiative in early June. The village is awaiting receipt of marketing materials for the hiring event. We look forward to sharing the details with everybody as soon as we have them. As of 2 o'clock this afternoon, the position of Lead Fulfillment Associate was posted on Indeed, and we understand they're going to be hiring 100 of those. An additional note, several of us this week took an additional tour of the Amazon facility.
Janet was hoping to talk.
Oh, I'll let her do that.
We know we have a little overlap in that department.
No problem, Andy.
You remind me to interrupt.
Yeah, you and I had that problem before.
You know that young lady will really
Yes, sir.
give a report on
No
everything.
problem, Andy, report.
Trust me. Are you finished, sir?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Thank
I
you.
allowed you to talk, see that? Building services, Janet.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Well, I'll start with Amazon as Trustee Holston finished with that. We did indeed visit the Amazon site. It was a delegation led by the mayor, several trustees, our incoming administrator, David Wallace, and our village clerk, along with several of other department heads and Monee Police Officer Anthony Lazzaroni. I apologize if I mispronounced that. As well as we had the Will County Board member, Julia Gala. It was really interesting. It was a great visit. Todd Lund, the project supervisor, was so enthusiastic about the whole thing. And he's a Will County resident as well, so he's very proud of the achievements they've made there. He told us some fun facts which were mind-blowing in terms of 7,500 tons of structured steel, 12,000 gallons of paint, and mountains and mountains of concrete. And the concrete was all bought in Monee, which was really, really awesome. They're expecting the building to be ready for the Christmas season. And he did say that we were welcome to go back and visit them another time. In terms of other construction in the village, we've got Eagle Fair, Lot 116, a new construction. In the last few weeks, the basement pre-pour was approved, and also they're anticipating to start to frame the week of the 15th of May. On Eagle Fair, also on Lot 75, another new construction. The building permit was issued in May, on the 11th of May. Derby Meadows, another new construction. In the last few weeks, they've been very busy pre-pouring the basement. Electric service was approved, and ComEd was also involved on getting everything secured there. We have two more constructions in Ridgeland. One was the parking lot expansion, 25810 Ridgeland. The building permit was issued on the 19th of May. And also in Ridgeland, 25885 Ridgeland, it was an office build-out. The building permit was received, and architectural drawings were also received on May 17th. And to date, the Building Services Department have done 92 inspections of buildings in Monee, which is quite a feat. End of report.
Thank you, Janet. Public Safety, Anthony?
Yes, I got a couple things. Chief Coroner commended several officers on the midnight shift for their actions during a barricaded subject incident on April 2nd and for the apprehension of an armed robbery subject on May 2nd. The officers did an outstanding job of handling both situations, which resulted in both subjects being held on multiple felony charges and 2 weapons being taken off the street. Also, Monee Police Department lost one of its new officers in late April when patrolman Nicholas Vandal resigned for personal reasons. Background and medical tests are being completed at this time for a replacement. A spot has been reserved in basic training at the South Suburban Police Academy in late June. End of my report, but at this time I'd like to give it over to Sergeant Lazzaroni. He has something to say.
The village has had a rash of car burglaries. We had approximately 7 of them that were reported. Most of them were due to the cars being unlocked. One vehicle was damaged, the window was broken. Along with us doing extra patrols in the subdivisions, we encourage that everybody locks their vehicle and keeps any valuables out so it's out of view. So someone that does walk by doesn't want to break into your vehicle. Along with us, Beecher and Piatone also been experiencing the same thing with car burglaries. So, but we are going out there doing extra patrol.
Okay, we'll move on to Attorney's Report. Larry?
Thank you, Mayor. I got a few items for the board's consideration. The first item is an ordinance for a variance application for the property at 6423 Spruce Court. Mr. and Mrs. Lavery are here tonight. The zoning board conducted a public hearing last Wednesday. The Laverys are asking variances to allow a pool cover over their pool as opposed to a fence, and also permission to put up a larger garage on their facility.
The zoning board had the hearing. There were no objections to the Lavery's request. The Lavery's have submitted an indemnity agreement on the behalf of themselves wherein they would hold us harmless in case something occurred with respect to the pool. The Lavery submitted testimony to show that the pool covers probably safer than the fence per se. They did provide proof that there would be a backup system, so only it could be worked manually. The board did, again, authorize or suggest a variance on behalf of the Lavery's. So I drafted an ordinance approving the variance on behalf of Jeff and Tina Lavery.
Yeah, is there any other discussion on this, any questions for the Lavery's? I might say they followed every loophole. I attended the P&Z meeting, and for what it's worth, a very nice couple, complied with everything. He was panic-stricken, he didn't have his green card, he thought maybe they wouldn't even listen to him, but he got the green card. It's all taken care of. The cover they're putting on the pool is a hard cover, I believe, so it's a very safe cover, is the point. It's not just a something to keep the leaves and dirt off. I don't know if you can walk on it. Yes. You can walk on it. So, and that's why Larry, our lawyer here, just mentioned that it's backed up by a generator so that it'll continue to work, and if that doesn't happen, they can crank it by hand. So, anybody have any questions?
I move for the motion.
Thank you very much. A second, please. Second by Anthony. Any other? All those, I'm going to do it again. I'm used to another thing I shared. Roll call, please.
Trustee Holston?
Yes.
Trustee Horn? Trustee Raisik?
Yes.
Trustee Vincent? Trustee Blue?
Yes.
And Trustee Gray.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. The next item, if the, pardon me?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mary. Ordinance number, we should be right.
1795.
1795. Thank you. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. The next item, if the board recalls, back on March 8th, I believe it is, the village annexed 2 parcels of property. One was the Aunt Martha's site on Industrial Drive, and the other one was, they call Orchard 2251 LLC. That's on Ridgeland and Monee Manhattan Road. It's about 65 to 70 acres. That's owned by a company called Orchard Hill. We know the developer or the owner. They are requesting to come into the village. They have asked, in an initial agreement, we said we would give not more than 80%, I believe, on the agreement. The other side did not agree to that. They didn't sign off, meaning the owner. They have asked for a change with respect to how much increment would be pledged towards their development if they do develop. And I believe what was discussed and agreed upon was we would agree to annex their property, and if they do come in with a development, we'll offer developer incentive to the owner of not more than 80% or not less than 60% of each phase of the development. The exact amount of incremental real estate tax to be pledged will be reviewed on a case-by-case basis and to be agreed upon by the parties. Said incentive will be used to reimburse the owner for tax-eligible redevelopment project costs as defined by the Illinois Tax Allocation Redevelopment Project Act and to be approved by the village. The village further agrees to consider pledging other taxes if so generated, meaning if they are able to provide commercial services there, which would generate some retail, or gasoline tax, which would generate obviously motor fuel, we would consider pledging part of those monies towards the project, but the village is not obligated to do so. It's on a case-by-case basis. From what we understand, that property would qualify for a TIF. There is some substantial work that has to be done. And the reason they asked for this type of agreement is that the developer has indicated he needs something to show potential users that the village is committed to the site. This is what we have at least tentatively agreed to, as opposed to an open-end pledge. So they've agreed to it. I have not received a signed agreement from the owner. I do not believe that to be a problem, but this is the change that they requested, I believe, has been submitted for review. Is there any questions on that?
No, I was involved with that the last time, and I was the one who pushed for the up to 80. After meeting with them now and having discussions, I understand why they need that, so I will remove my objection and make the motion that we approve this.
Okay.
Is there a second to that?
Second.
Thank you, Bill. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Raisik?
Yes.
Trustee Vincent?
Yes.
Trustee Blue?
Yes.
Trustee Gray?
Yes.
And Trustee Holston?
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor. The next item for the board's review and consideration, Mr. Peelman is here tonight with, I believe, Dr. Sheets. They've approached the board on previous occasions about a potential project on Governor's Highway. Dr. Sheets is looking to buy the, I think, Mr. Skalski's property, the yellow building. He has shown the village on previous occasions what the project would entail. This property is in a TIF district. They've asked for the village to approve certain project costs not to exceed $390,000. It's been proposed that the first payout of 50% would be paid within 30 days after the occupancy permit is issued. And we approved the lien waivers, by the way. And also, the remaining 25% would be paid on an annual basis, 30 days after the initial payment. So basically, the payout would be over, in essence, a 3-year period of time. There is no interest of any kind on this money, if the board deems appropriate, to Dr. Sheets. The payment is strictly a limited obligation, meaning the village is not pledging their full faith and credit behind the payment. Hopefully they're successful, so that would be a moot issue. Also, Dr. Sheets would have to submit proof that the real estate taxes are paid on an annual basis before a payment was made, which is customary, and that if Dr. Sheets, for whatever reason, and hopefully it won't happen, fails to operate for more than 30 days during the first 5 years of the agreement, the village obligation to make a subsequent payment would be null and void. The agreement calls for customary provisions in the redevelopment agreement. They will hold us harmless. They will submit plans. DJ and his staff will review the plans. They have adequate insurance to protect the village. It is in a TIF district, so it does qualify. We have to see the costs that they incur and approve the redevelopment project costs, which are by statute. It's a limited obligation to the village, but part of the TIF area is to hopefully generate development. This would be the second development on Governor's Highway. Your first one was on Court Street and I believe Governor's Highway, the air conditioning gentleman. So this is up for the board's review and consideration.
Could I comment, please?
Certainly.
Again, this is under economic development. We've been working for months, and we appreciate Dr. Sheets' patience with this. It's pretty exciting stuff. Dr. Sheets has been here for how many years?
15.
15 years already, and he's buying his own building here. He's buying a building that is blighted right across from docks. It's been there for a long time. It's an eyesore. Not only is he going to fix it up, he's going to fix it up in the we're trying right here motif of what we'd like to have and look for, so that when people come into Monee, they see similar things. We're working on a similar project at the liquor store here in town that would be a similar look. I think this is a good project. We've done the financing in such a way that it has the minimum impact on the village. We wouldn't necessarily do this on future projects, but this gets us started in the right direction with the first project, and so I'm excited that we're able to do something that's really going to impress people when they come into Monee with the change that they're going to see from that building now to what it's going to be in the future. In addition, I think he has planned for additional business in the same building, but I'm not going to be the one that announces that. We'll let him do that when the time is appropriate. And with that, I'll make a motion.
I'd like to make a motion in a second.
Second.
Very good. Before we call for the vote, I just wanted to say that this is what this board is about, helping our businesses that exist here that want to improve and improve the village. And this is probably pressuring the trustees a little bit, but this is what it's all about. And our lawyer has advised us that everything is perfectly in line. We're not jeopardizing the village. We've done as much as we can for the business. So, end of comments. Anybody else have anything? Yes, ma'am. You certainly may.
If I may, I just want to, I put in the agreement that the total cost is over $1 million. Is that accurate? The only reason I want to show the board is that you're committed to the project. We have $390 of TIF eligible costs. It shows the owner, it shows the village that the owner's committed to the site. And I thought it was over $1 million for the project total. Ballpark.
I have that for you in 1 second. I think, yes, over $1 million, and we believe it will have $780,000 worth of TIF eligible expenses, which is at the recommendation of the village. Their parameters were at 50% of the TIF eligible expenses. We had a very good meeting with Trustee Blue and Trustee Holston and Kevin, and we fit our project into those parameters of the village, and we're very excited about the project to redo, as we affectionately, everybody calls it, the old yellow building.
Very good, thank you. Roll call, please.
Trustee Racick?
Yes.
Trustee Vincent?
Yes.
Trustee Blue?
Yes.
Trustee Gray?
Yes.
Trustee Holston?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
That would be redevelopment. Do we need a number?
Because it's just a motion. I'll
Just
leave
a
it
motion.
aside.
Yeah. Okay, Larry.
And the last item I have, if the board recalls, we authorized the purchase of 6010 Industrial Drive that used to be commonly known as Aunt Martha's. The closing took place, I believe, last week. Title company asked us to change the ordinance to reflect that that property is known as 6010 Industrial Drive and/or 301 Bruns Road. Why? I don't know, but the title company requested that we close, we own it, but just so we get clear title. So I have an ordinance amending 1789 just to reflect, not the purchase price has not changed. The only thing we changed was the address to be known as 6010 Industrial Drive and/or 301 Bruns Road. Same legal description though.
So,
I'll make the motion.
very good. Who was that? Bill?
Trustee Gray?
Trustee Gray. Anthony?
Yeah.
Rick? Roll call, please.
Trustee Blue?
Yes.
Trustee Gray?
Yes.
Trustee Holston?
Yes.
Trustee Racick?
Yes.
And Trustee Vincent?
Yes.
I thought you were my friends. Quit picking on me.
That'll be ordinance number 1796.
1796.
Do we have a new number for that?
Yes, sir, because what we're doing, amending 1789 to 17.
All right.
Okay. Any old business? None. The new business? Mary Jo.
I have information here from Judy Ogala. They're doing a community conservation opioid use disorders and suicide. It's going to be at the Beecher Community Hall on June 7th from 7 to 9 p.m. The host of the Will County Board members, Judy Ogala and Lori Summers. So if anybody's interested, we have
Thank you. Anything else under new business?
Just a quick note, I don't have the specific details but off the top of my head, Balmoral is opening, I think, June 10th.
Correct.
Their new facilities with, it's not a racetrack, it's a horse event thing. anybody that wants to help me with what that really is going to be, but it was announced and it will open June 10th.
Yeah, I heard the number 1,300 horses. Is that correct? Unbelievable. They expect maybe 3 couples per horse. There's going to be a lot of people there. So they're off and running. We wish them all the success in the world. Anything else under the business? No. We'll go open to the public and non-agenda items. Anybody has any comments or anything they'd like to make? You're making this way too easy for me. Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to ask for a motion to go into executive session. And I have to be honest with all of you, and I think it could be a little lengthy. You're welcome to stick around, obviously, but we've got a few items on the agenda with that. So could I have a motion to please move into the executive session? Yes.
Second.
These are for personal reasons. Personal reasons.
Okay, trustee Blue,
Yes.
trustee Gray,
Yes.
trustee Holston,
Yes.
trustee Racy,
Yes.
and trustee Benner.
Yes.
Thank you very much.